Welcome to today's video. Something we've never done before is an interview with the one and only Greg Preece. Greg Preece is another YouTuber who makes videos about online business, merch by Amazon, affiliate marketing, all kinds of other online businesses, things that you're definitely going to be interested about. We asked in the video like 3 videos ago last week to submit questions that you have for him, and that's what we did today. We already did the whole interview. It's amazing. The last thing we have to say is you do not have permission to watch this video, this golden interview of a video, unless you go subscribe to Greg Preece. Subscribe! But you have to subscribe or else you're not allowed to watch this video. You subscribe? Good. Thank you. Let's continue. Did you subscribe yet? Did you subscribe yet? Okay. Welcome guys to today's video, and we've never done this before. We're doing an interview for the first time ever. This one's gonna be a hoot. This one's gonna be, I'm so excited for this. Our guest is Greg Preece. We did a video, like a week ago, talking about who Greg is, so you probably have a little bit of background info about him, and we asked you guys to submit some questions for him. So first we're gonna let Greg tell a bit about himself, who he is, what he does, and then we're going to get to the questions. We got 15 questions. Yeah, 15 questions. I don't know how long it's going to take. We're just going to go with it. So, yeah, I guess now chance to introduce yourself. So
I jump in now. Yeah, cool. So, hey, everyone. My name's Greg. Over from my YouTube channel, Starting Up, which is where your two lovely hosts found me. So I talk on my channel about getting started online, making money, making side income. So things from affiliate marketing, e-commerce on Shopify, Amazon merch. And just really interested in sharing tips with my audience on how to sell online and make money online. And that's where I met.
Exactly like what our channel is about. So we have questions prepared and also some questions from ourselves. But before, I want to just have off the top of my head, I got a question that I'm really wondering. Like, how did you get started? What's the first online business, or not the first? How did you get started with online business? Like, have you been in it for a long time, or?
Okay. So I studied computing, like multimedia at university. So I always kind of had my hand in websites and tech. And then I had a few jobs after that in web development. So I learned about websites and visitors and that sort of thing. I think the first thing that really kind of put me on to the potential of online business is when I went to work for a company in London. I moved from my hometown after graduating and moved to work in London in a corporate company. And I was working for this company whose main income source was affiliate marketing. And this company had been around for 3 years. They had like nearly 100 employees. It just sold for £50 million, this company has. The employees, the CEO set it up 3 years beforehand himself, and it had grown in 3 years to a £50 million company. And I couldn't believe the potential, of making money online, of pretty much passive income. So that knowledge coupled with the later sort of boredom or tiredness of working in a 9-to-5 job, that's what put me on to exploring online business myself and trying to make a full-time living and really explore the potential of online business.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like everyone can probably relate to that. Trying to get out, being tired. Just trying to find other options.
I had a string of jobs. Like I graduated university 6-7 years ago. I'd worked in like 3 or 4 pretty good jobs, like big name companies and nice positions. But I was never happy, and I jumped from job to job and industry from industry, thinking I just wasn't in the right industry or the right position. And after a while, I just realized I didn't actually like really working for a big company and for someone else, and kind of just wanted to go alone.
Exact same story here. Neither of us has ever had a full-time job, but we've had a bunch of part-time jobs, and they all just sucked every time. I just did it for the money. To me, I don't think there's a job out there that I will enjoy. Like, no matter what it is, like a job working for someone else.
For sure.
Should we get on to the questions? I didn't order them. That was not one of the questions. I know. I did not order them. I feel like should I start with just number one? Yeah, that we have here. Completely out of order.
Yeah. So these questions all came from your audience, did they?
Yeah, all from our subscribers. Some of them asked a few, but yeah, these are some of our diehards. All right. Number one,
All right.
from the one and only Great Beer Tube from Africa. His question is, Great Beer, he's one of our first 5 subscribers. You're the man. We talk to him all the time. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, awesome.
Dude, yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, he's from Africa.
That's great.
Okay. So his question is, how long would you spend scaling an online business before taking the idea behind the barn and shooting? So basically, how much time would you spend, or how much effort would you give into a business before, like, calling it a failure and moving on? Because you obviously don't want to quit too early, but sometimes you do have to quit if it's not working out. I feel like I have
yeah. I like to test the water, and I want to see results pretty early. You know, it doesn't have to be huge, like life-changing results, but if I'm trying something out, I want to realize that that's monetizable very early on. I'm always thinking about scaling things up, and also about time compared to rewards. You know, so I want a nice ratio, and the amount of time and effort I put into it compared to what you get out, I want that to be like a real good ratio. And I also want something to be able to be scalable. So, you know, something like merch by Amazon, where you sell t-shirts online, if I hadn't have sold like a single t-shirt in the first 2, 3, 4 weeks, I probably would have scrapped it, because it would have, you know, putting all that much time in and not seeing a single bit of result, I just wouldn't have seen it as worthwhile. But even if I sold one t-shirt, that's something where you can take that one like result, replicate the formula, improve it, and keep scaling up and up and up. So I think it changes depending on the type of business, but I want to see really early on that I can at least make one sale or make one affiliate referral, and just like light the fuse and just show me that there's some potential and that I can scale it up. And then, yeah, you know, so I want to get an immediate result in the first few weeks. And then when I do ramp up my effort and start putting more time into it, if it doesn't start scaling up proportionally to the amount of time I'm putting into it, I'll step back. So there's no hard and fast like time frame or deadline, but it's just going by that principle of scaling and making sure something is actually worth putting that time into it, and you're getting enough like reward from the amount of time you put into that.
Yeah, I definitely feel like you could get a pretty good feeling pretty early on into the business about whether or not this is going to work out.
For sure.
Yeah, I think that's really good advice. Quickly, the way I would do it, or the way I feel like I do it, is that I would recommend that you jump like 100% into one business and give it all of your energy and effort that you can. And like, if after a month you're not seeing anything, then I think you can throw that one out. Yeah, but like, give it everything you can for at least about a month, not half-assed. But yeah,
I mean,
a month.
If you've been working on something for a month and you don't get any results, that's a pretty solid sign that there's probably not much potential there.
Yeah, and you brought up a good point about it's not just about making money, but also the time and effort you put into it, and there needs to be a healthy ratio there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Next question. This is a good one. Freedom Left Now, aka Robert Hislop, also one of our diehards. We met up with him in Virginia. Yeah, we did actually.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Says, Greg, it seems you don't do self-publishing to make passive income online. Why don't you do self-publishing? This one's a little bit of cheating, because I recommended someone to ask this question.
Yeah, this seems a bit tailored to this conversation. Well, like you said before, you know, putting your complete time and effort into something for a month, or, you know, and while you're working on that thing, there's only so much time in the day, you know, and you and your audience have probably heard of shiny object syndrome that entrepreneurs often fall into, where they start something, but they don't see it through to its completion or their maximum potential before they move on to something else. And I'm very aware of that, and I don't want to fall victim to doing that. You know, so I've got my things that I've already explored and that I'm mastering. So merch by Amazon, Shopify, affiliate marketing through YouTube. If I start doing publishing on top of that, I'm sort of diluting, you know, and saturating the time I can spend on what is working for me at this point in time. So I've not written it off as not worthwhile looking into and not lucrative enough, but I haven't built what I'm currently working on to a level of automation, you know, or mastery where I'm ready to start exploring other things yet. So it's definitely in the pipeline for the future, but I want to get these plates spinning and stable before I move on to something else.
I could not agree more with that. Yeah, and I think self-publishing is like, it's the best first business you can start if you, in our opinion, we obviously have very limited knowledge of all the online businesses out there. But it's usually one that it's perfect for starting with. And you're in a position where you're making money. Like, you can do so many other things now. You don't need something to get started with. So I agree 100% with what you said. Yeah. Well, yeah.
But I saw some of your videos, and it looks like I think one of you had good success with publishing. Is that right? And not so much.
Both of us have. Yeah, it's both of our. Okay. Yeah, I mean it's good. So yeah, the money's good. Yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of like your path just didn't cross publishing, and to the point where you're at now, right?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. How much had you heard of it before? I don't know. Have you heard of it much before we talked?
I have, yeah. I've heard of it since day one, really. You know, I started my YouTube channel 2 years ago, completely new to making money online and online business, and I was exploring everything. You know, reading blogs and watching videos, and common things come up: e-commerce store, FBA, publishing. So it was definitely something I saw in forums and I heard about. But it's just not one of the things I choose from day one to explore. But it's always been in the back of my mind as something to explore when I get time, for sure.
Yeah, you just got to pick one and do it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And there's no way publishing can be the best business. That's just the best we know of. That would just be ignorant for us to say. I know, very ignorant. Next question from Dream Travel. Do you plan on putting out a course on merch or affiliate marketing? Have you ever thought about making a course?
You know what? I have, yeah. I think I'm probably most qualified to put one out for affiliate marketing. That's still where I make 2/3 of my income, really, every month. But the thing is, I've made videos on my channel about affiliate marketing, and they're not very popular. My audience doesn't really engage with that yet. So I either need to reapproach how I'm talking about affiliate marketing, so to get more people interested in it, or get better at merch and do a merch course. But yeah, I definitely do want to do a course, but I need to sort of have the interest there to make it worthwhile doing. But yeah, my first choice would be to do one on affiliate marketing. So I feel like I've got a lot of stuff to share there. But it's just getting to that point where it's worth the time, effort that I put into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think on that note, I think the reason why, well, my guess is why your affiliate marketing videos maybe don't do so well is because you kind of need maybe an audience or a following in the first place to really do a whole lot with affiliate marketing. And I think most beginners, they don't have anything. Yeah, I've always felt like affiliate marketing isn't the most beginner friendly because you need to build people that know about it. It takes time to build. You can't just make a lot of money your first month. So I think your course will be perfect for someone like us. And affiliate marketing is something we totally need to get into. And we just know nothing about it, really. Yeah. But also in the
I think you're right. You know, there's obviously so much potential in affiliate marketing, but I think you are right. I probably need to be targeting that content to people who already have established audiences like yourself, and tell them how they can, get as much value and offer as much value to their audiences. So I think that's a good point. I've never really thought of it. It does really only appeal to people who have these audiences already. Yeah. So that's something to take away from this chat.
Different type of different type of visitor. No, different type of subscriber that would be interested in that kind of.
Sure.
Question number 5 from Kamal K. No, you skipped one. Did I? Oh,
don't skip Oliver, man.
Oliver. I saw Oliver Gritton. You remember? Do you recognize his name? I've seen him on your channel.
Yeah.
Oliver, who? Sorry.
Gritton. I think it's Swedish, so Gritton, I think is how you pronounce it.
He's Swedish.
Okay. It doesn't pop to mind, but if he is a viewer, thanks a lot, Oliver.
I'll comment on one of your videos.
Yeah.
All right, so this is a merch by Amazon question. How are you able to pump out multiple designs a day for merch? And if you're outsourcing designs, how do you make money, as most of the designs you paid for are probably not selling? So first question, how do you pump out multiple designs a day for merch by Amazon?
Yeah, I mean, you just set aside time for it. That's rule number 1, make the time. I have a bit of sorry, carry on.
I was saying there's no magic formula to make more time in the day. You kind of just have to put in the time and the work.
Exactly, yeah. So you need to allocate the time, and then there are tools and software you can use to speed processes up as well. When I first started doing this, I was just using Photoshop. I used to be into photography. I knew how to my way around Photoshop, but I quickly realized there were much quicker ways of doing things. So if I'm doing designs myself now, which I rarely do anymore, but if I was going to do it myself still, I'm using designers like Canva, which is a free design tool. Merchant Informer, I don't know if you've heard of that, but it's software that's really popular in the merch brands.
Design Merchant Informer.
Yeah, they've got a designer inside Merchant Informer, and you can You can just create some text, get some images in there, save it, then change the font, save it out again, add a curve to the text. So you can really churn out a lot of quick designs using that. So
writing that one down.
Huh?
I was saying I'm writing that one down. That's a good one.
Yeah. So the Merchant Former Designer, I actually found this golden niche back in June, and the reason I did so well with it is because I did one design for the niche, it sold, and then the next day I went to Merchant Former and churned out 50 variations of that design, uploaded it all on the same day, and it just blew up, for a month. But the only reason I was able to do that is because I used software I've created for creating merch designs. So yeah, Merchant Former Designer in Canva. But to be honest with you now, I had this June and July, these really good months, and I'm all about sort of using my time effectively and to grow as a brand and as a business. So I now basically pretty much reinvesting all of that money that I made from this golden niche that I found into hiring designers to make designs for me moving forward. So I don't really do any designs that much anymore. But back in the day, using tools like Merchant Former Designer and Canva were the sort of saving grace for me.
Yeah. I feel like that answers part 2 of his question, which is if you're outsourcing, how do you make money? As most of the designs you make are probably not selling, which is true. Yeah. For me, like 80, maybe 90% never sell. But then the 10%, almost every time a shirt that sells once will continue to sell. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
It's that core of t-shirts that is kind of making up the money for all the ones that never sell.
Yeah, I mean, I've been very lucky. I've had like this niche where I did a few variations of designs in it that's basically carried me to where I am. So I'm very much looking at it from a numbers game. You might make 100 designs or target 100 niches, but one might do so well that it covers, all the expenses of the other designs. So I'm hoping in the long run that just by having volume and having variety, there's going to be these few golden niches that just blow up and cover the cost of all the other, designs that didn't really make sales. And over time, you experiment and you learn wording and types of designs that do better. So you take down the stuff that doesn't do well and you put stronger designs up, and hopefully your whole sort of account should sort of raise up and perform better over time, just as you keep adding volume and learning from your experiences.
Yeah, that's my favorite game, by the way, the numbers game. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the same mindset when it comes to things like this. Same with books. Help them out. If one doesn't, like good books, but it's all about volume. If one doesn't work, I just forget about it. Even though it costs me $300-400 to make, I don't care. I'm pumping out new ones. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, you've got it in business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Christian has like 100 books out, and it was just 5 books a month for 20 months. Yeah. So it takes time. Exactly. Yeah. So it takes time to build, but just gotta get them out there. So it's
I've got so much I want to ask you about publishing, but I'm going to wait for your video to learn about it. Okay. That's really interesting.
All right, question number 6 from Kamal K. If you were getting into online business now, it's a very open-ended question. What area would you choose to start in? As a beginner, yeah. Ooh, it's such a tough question. There's no answer for this, but yeah, I'll let you.
Yeah. I mean, it depends how solid to the definition of business you are, like some people could argue that Merch by Amazon isn't really a business. It's kind of a side hustle. You're not really making a brand and stuff. Yeah. I think Merch by Amazon is one of the easiest ways to start making money online because it's completely risk-free. Financially, it's free. You can just get in and start doing designs. But if you were being a bit more strict into the definition business as a beginner, I'm probably going to say affiliate marketing. I'd say make a publishing business around affiliate marketing. I know you said you need auditors already, but if you really know what you're doing with search engine like SEO research, and you can really find like niches that aren't very competitive, you can you can get a blog post up, or you can make a video on YouTube, and it can get thousands or hundreds of thousands of views, in the first year, just because there's no one else catering to that audience, and you have found a very a popular search term. So it's a bit of a learning curve, but it's completely free to set up. Like I make most of my affiliate revenue from my YouTube videos, which are free for me to make. And if you're targeting the right audience that's not too saturated, that I feel like there's a lot of potential there for sure.
Yeah. Also, anything we say about affiliate marketing, keep with a grain of salt, and because we don't know what we're talking about with that. I just figured you need following. Well, I don't know. I mean, of course, anyone can get started, but you just had a pretty big advantage if you do have. Oh, sure. Yeah.
For sure, yeah. I mean, but that's the same with anything, You're an advantage if you're a big business with lots of resources. You're an advantage if you've got good audience. But you can definitely start out, and find the right entry point and do well from day one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And if you are not a beginner but an experienced, I think he asked about experienced person as well. I would say software as a service, so developing a software platform. So the people who make merch informer, pre-merch, all that sort of stuff. Like if you can get some software that people use and pay you monthly for, I think that is the golden nugget of online business, and that's what I'm eventually going to try and get into myself. I think there's so much money that can be made by pursuing that route.
There's just so many ways. Yeah, that's very interesting. It's something I've never really thought of. And like with something like that, for example, merch informer, whether you sell 10 units or a million, like it's the same amount of work for the most part. There's customer support and all, but yeah, it's unlimitedly scalable. The digital product I like a lot. Sure.
Yeah, it's like it's true. It's one of the truest models of passive income, that you can do. You do all the work up front, get it live. Okay, yeah, you might have to have some customer service, so you hire a VA, on Upwork, but apart from that, you can scale it to the moon and just be making more and more money every month.
Yeah, that's really good advice. All right, I think that's all right. So there's 4 questions from one guy. His name's Elliot Prendy. Oh, you keep on skipping questions. Oh man, I suck at this. I'm sorry. Question number 7 from Black Basics, another one of our boys. He lives in Germany. His name's Micah. We might visit him. Yeah. His question is, what are the key features of your best-selling shirts? For example, how many results has the main keyword? Trent, I don't really know what he means by second part. So what are the key features of your best-selling shirts?
Sure. I mean, I'm going to choose my words wisely here so that I don't give too much away from my most winning niches. I've had a lot of success with motivational niches. So, I'm not going to go any deeper than that, but
that's plenty. That's plenty.
Yes, that's inspire motivation. And when I'm drilling down within that, I try and find like sub niches within it that have less than 100, 150 competitor designs in that niche. Yeah. But I'm going to keep the rest of my cards close to my chest.
So here's just one experience I have with my t-shirts. Maybe you have the same experience or not, but for me, like I've seen a really high correlation between like the quality of the design and the amount of sales it gets. Like I can't just put a poop emoji with a top hat on it and put it on a t-shirt. No one's ever going to buy that, Like it has to be a real high quality design. You know what I mean? I've seen some.
I'm not sure from my experience I can completely agree with that. I mean, I understand the principle, but I've sold some shirts that I'm like, oh, really? Okay.
I know people do, but it's just not what's happened to me so far as well. I've seen some t-shirts that just have emojis on them, and they sell like 20 a day. Oh yeah. So.
Yeah. I think there's a close correlation as well between the quality of the design and the price point you're charging your shirts at. If you're charging a bit lower, you can maybe sacrifice on the design quality a little bit and still sort of balance it out, on the long term. Yeah.
I agree. Okay. Now, I'm not skipping any questions. Okay, from Elliot Prendy, one of our newest subscribers who comments all the time now. Yeah. So he actually has 4 questions, but I feel like they're all worthy of including. So.
Cool.
I actually like this question a lot. At any point in your entrepreneurial journey, did you ever think, F this, I'm packing it all in, I'm giving up, I'm just going to go back to my job?
You know what? I haven't actually, no. And I think the reason for that was I got to the point of such frustration of working 9 to 5, and not feeling happy or fulfilled that I knew I had to try something different, and so I've only really been doing entrepreneurship like coming up to 2.5 years now. So it's not, I've not had that much time to become that disillusioned with it. But yeah, compared to what I was doing before, I'm just so driven and like enthusiastic to make this work. And I haven't had any huge setbacks really either. Like it's kind of all been as good as it could be really. Like I've gone from strength to strength and it's all kind of worked out pretty well so far. So yeah, I can't say how. I've really enjoyed every second of it.
Yeah. For me, I feel the same way. Yeah, there's no other way. So you can't just say screw this. Yeah, for me it's do or die. Like I'm living, I'm gonna make this online business work, or like I'd rather die. Like I cannot. Or I'll take myself in that barn. Yeah. And shoot. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
But it's like you guys, you're traveling around the world, and it's all because of your online business. Like, if you took that away, you'd be back, in your home city, working behind a desk.
Am I quitting? Hell no. Because we've had a few ups and downs, but you start getting inside your head sometimes. But no, you never consider. No.
Yeah.
Crazy thoughts. Never. You don't ever consider. Yeah. Like the first online business I ever started was a dropshipping store, and it went pretty badly for the most part. But there was never any time where I thought my thought was always move on to the next online business.
Yeah. It's all a learning experience, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all something you can learn from. No matter how much you fail, like, you just learn from it and do better next time. That's what I love it.
Yeah, I learned so much from it. So yeah. Elliot's next question. What are your rough estimates for future yearly income aspirations? I think what he's asking is, how much money do you want to make? Is basically, he's paraphrasing.
Yeah.
What are your goals in terms of income, I guess?
So I just did my June monthly. I'm starting a new series on my channel where I do a monthly income breakdown of all my different online money projects.
Good stuff.
Did you see it? Yeah. And if I multiply that by 12, which is probably a generous estimate, but if I multiply how well I did in June, I think that came to like $40,000 or $43,000 over 12 months. So I've kind of already achieved a lifestyle business with what I'm doing, enough to live day to day and live a standard average life. I do have big aspirations there. I'm studying entrepreneurship at university part-time outside of doing all this stuff. I do properly want to build a business or businesses, big businesses, and live pretty comfy. And I don't think there's anything wrong by being financially driven and having big financial aspirations. So yeah, I do. And if I made $1 million or more than $1 million, like that would be on target. That's what I'm going for. Yeah. To achieve the best as I possibly can, for sure.
I think that's everyone's goal. Everyone wants to make $1 million. Yeah, but I think in a job, it's just not even an option because you're never going to make that much in a salary. So they kind of think it's like not even possible. But doing online business, anything can happen, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and what they say? If you don't learn how to make money when you're sleeping, then you'll never be rich. And that's kind of what this whole thing is: passive income, automated income, and like I said, that time for reward ratio. I'm always looking to find the best ratio and scale and build that and keep going, keep improving and going in that direction, for sure.
Agree, 100%. Yes, love it. Yes. All right, next one. This is still from. There's two more from subscribers, and then we have a few of our own. Yeah.
Cool. All right.
So, do you think you would quit YouTube if one of your businesses really took off, in parentheses, earning millions, and YouTube was simply taking up a lot of time? So would you quit YouTube if, I mean, come on. Yeah, if you got rich is basically what he's asking.
Yeah. No way. No. I enjoy this too much. Like, one, I think there's just huge business potential in YouTube. I mean, any business you have, you can make it better by building your own personal brand, attracting people to you, and then therefore attracting people to your business. So attracting customers and audience through YouTube, and then obviously AdSense and brand deals. So I think any business you have can be improved by having a public presence, an online presence. And secondly, I just enjoy sharing thoughts, ideas, successes, failures, and building like relationships with like my audience on YouTube. Like, look at Gary Vee, or Tony Robbins, etc. They have huge businesses outside of YouTube and social media, VaynerMedia and other businesses, but they enjoy blogging and sharing their thoughts and talking to people through social media. So I don't think you have to sacrifice one to have the other. I think they're both complementary, and there's huge advantages of doing both.
So going off that, I have one question real quick. It's just like a one-word answer. Do you have one certain role model that you look up to in business? Because you mentioned one of them for me. For me, it's Gary Vaynerchuk. He's my favorite person in the world. He's my life coach and him. So.
He's probably the one that comes to mind right now. Yeah, it's Gary Vaynerchuk. Yeah. There's probably a lot of others, but he's a big one for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Next question. This is a funny question. So this question is from Elliot Prendy. I don't know we'll ask it. Will you ever collab with the future YouTube star of the entrepreneurship, Elliot Prendy? I don't even know how you're supposed to answer that. He's just asking if he'll collab with him.
Will I ever,
before you love collabs. So.
Will I ever collab with the person who asked me if I'll ever collab?
Yeah, basically.
I mean, as I was saying to you before this video, I'm a big fan of collaborations, of mutual, like collaborating with people in mutual spaces and mutual niches. So I'm never closed off to collaborations.
Yeah, okay. So,
if the right person was to reach out to me directly and ask me, then maybe.
Exactly, that would make sense. But yeah, people also need to keep in mind that it's a give and take relationship. So there's got to be something to gain from both sides to do a collab, right?
For sure, yeah, I agree completely.
All right, so those are the subscriber questions. Now we have a few of our own. This is
cool. Well, yeah, I hope that your subscribers are happy with the answers.
Awesome. Let me know. Okay. Just wait till the comments roll in. Oh yeah, they're gonna love it. I mean, you could have had the worst answers. They'll still be like, best Greg Preece, yes, best interview ever. All right,
cool.
All right, so this is a question, not online business related, but more lifestyle. So, with the way your entire online business is set up, are you able to be completely location independent? And if so, do you travel much, or do you have any plans to travel?
So first question, yes, I am completely location independent as it stands. I mean, the only thing tying me down is my part-time master's degree that I'm studying for. But apart from that, if I wasn't studying, I could be anywhere in the world. In terms of do I travel and do I want to travel, I've done a lot of traveling in the past. So I did a year and a half in Australia, Southeast Asia and New Zealand back when I was like 22, 23.
Nice. And this was all before you started online business and YouTube?
This was before, yeah. So I'd worked my first job out of university after doing my bachelor's degree. I had that itchy feeling that something wasn't right after a year or so, and I didn't know the answer to it, so I decided to go traveling and clear my head and see if I could figure out the answer to it. Had a great time, partied, met a lot of cool people, saw a lot of great things. Didn't really answer those questions, so I came back to the UK, worked another couple of jobs, ended up in the same position again, not really happy in my 9 to 5, went to go traveling and clear my head, and 2 years ago I moved to Canada. This was my second big backpacking trip, and I started my YouTube channel the first week that I arrived in Canada, and this is when I had the mindset that I was going to change my life and start exploring online business and just becoming more independent and being able to create a life for myself. So I spent a year and a couple of months in Canada, and I was building this channel and building my online projects, so Shopify, affiliate marketing, building all that up at the same time while backpacking. So I have done the traveling around, location independent, hustling, side income sort of thing before. But now that I'm back in the UK and I'm studying entrepreneurship and things are starting to pick up, I'm realizing that you're probably more likely to have a large, lucrative, successful business if you are tied to a geographical location. You know, if you can build a team and get an office and have people around you, you've probably got more chances of success of turning your lifestyle business into a genuine, large, like medium to large business. So I think I've got the traveling bug. I've managed to get that out of my system now. I've had some good time traveling, and now after uni, I'm probably going to be looking for a city to settle down in and to actually start recruiting people and actually start making a proper, fully functioning business for myself. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, traveling can definitely get in the way of making money. Yeah. And for me, it's finding the balance between like wanting to build as big a business as I can and also living a life that I really love, which is traveling and doing cool things. Yeah, enjoying.
Yeah. I think people have different mindsets. Like, not everyone. I mean, yeah, there's different drivers, like financial freedom, geographical freedom, like location, and not everyone wants the same thing. People get into online business for different reasons. You know, some people might want to be able to travel the world 12 months a year. Other people might want to spend more time with their family and not have to go to work in the office every day. Other people might hate working for underneath other people. So, you know, it doesn't always have to be that one staple lifestyle that you live, that people who are attached to entrepreneurship live. You just get into business for reasons that resonate with you, and make sure that whatever you're doing allows you to achieve what you want to achieve and to be happy. Yeah.
live your life the way you want to. It's basically, yeah.
For sure, yeah.
All right, what your next one was? Oh yeah, question. So this I was curious about this. What is your favorite topic to make YouTube videos about? Do you have any ones that I'm excited to make videos about this or that?
Yeah, I mean it changes.
It's the ones that are getting the most views.
Huh?
The ones that are getting the most views.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. No, I think it's normally what's new that excites me. So if I'm doing a type of content for a while and it maybe feels to be a bit stale, I try and do a new series or a new approach. So the monthly income breakdown that I did here for June, that was the first one I did, and I got a great response from it, and I actually enjoyed making it. It was I've only recently started to really scrutinize my finances and keep track of stuff, so it was new and exciting. You know, I'll probably start doing a new series in 3-4 months time, so it's probably whatever is the most current is what I sort of enjoy doing.
Yeah. For us, it's like after you've made 40 videos about self-publishing, it's like, first of all, what more is there to say? And it gets boring. Yeah, definitely new is always exciting. Yeah. All right.
For sure.
Last question. So this is a question, a very selfish question, and it's for us. Do you have any YouTube growth tips to grow your channel? Again, that's also very broad, and questions like that are always hard to answer. Like, say someone comes in, I want to start Kindle publishing. Any tips? Like, what do you?
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. But
I know what you mean.
That's fine.
It's tricky, and it definitely changes for different creators and different audience members. I think we probably have similar audiences, so there's probably a lot of things. Yeah, probably a lot of what's true to me is probably going to work on your channel. I would say I just had a load of ideas go through my head and I've gone completely blank. Give me a second. See what works in the past and what doesn't, and make more of what does work and less of what doesn't. That's a rule that can apply to anything in life and anything.
That is amazing advice, because we have our 2 most viewed videos are both keyword research videos. We got to pump out the keyword research videos. I know. What are we doing?
How can you do 50 variations of keyword research videos? Like, it should be
right at our fingertips, and we're just ignoring it. Dang it.
Yeah. So definitely, you let the past sort of determine where you go in the future to a certain extent. Collaborations, like I said before, find people, creators with shared audiences with similar interests to your target audience, and collab with them like you're doing now. So it seems like your audience. I think those are the main 2. I'm just about to start exploring creating content off YouTube as well. So whether it's blog posts, Reddit posts, etc., and then trying to drive people back to my channel from that presence off YouTube. It might be too early for you for that, or you might have the resources to do that at this point in time. But for me, that's my next step as well. Yeah,
there really is no secret to it. Bottom line, there's no secret to any of this. Put in the work, pump out videos, make good content. Yeah, work smart. Sure. Yeah, that's really what it is.
I mean, there's fundamentals that are obvious. Consistency, upload consistently every week, engage with your audience. But people know that. That's YouTube 101.
Yeah, if you would have said those, I would have been like, great, come on, can I have something better than that? But definitely make more of what's been working for you. I like that one a lot.
Sure. And I've noticed, I don't do it so much on my channel, but I probably will. It works a lot for, I don't want to say competitors, but peers in my niche. Talking about figures and numbers and monetary value in the title gets clicks too.
Yeah, we can say that from personal experience. Yeah, those income reports. People love seeing those income reports.
Yeah. So, there's another one for you.
Yeah. All right. That sums up all the questions. I have no idea how long this has been going for. It has to be less than 45 minutes because we didn't chop.
I got 38 minutes on my time.
Okay. Oh, that's perfect. I'd say that's the perfect length for an interview. Someone asked me how long I want it to be, like between 30 and 40. Boom. That's good. Cool. All right.
Great. Yeah,
thanks a lot for joining us, Greg.
No worries. Thanks for having me. I'm just going to do a little selfless plug at the end.
So sorry. God. Look.
Don't worry.
And it's going in the front of the video.
Yeah. I don't have any shame. I'm happy to plug myself. So that's fine. If you found anything I said in this video interesting and you want to learn about making money online outside of areas that Rasmus and Christian talk about, or maybe we cover the similar topics in some areas, come check my channel out at Starting Up. Hopefully there's a link somewhere down that you can click and check my channel out. But yeah, thanks for having me, guys. It's been really good.
Yes, all right. Thanks a lot, Greg. You're the man, Greg. You are the man. All right.
You too. Enjoy Denmark.
All right. Peace out.
Peace out.